Hello, welcome back to 4 More Minutes. I am Sam Bailey, the Soul Stir, stirring up your hearts and your minds for God. I want to thank you for joining us today, and I appreciate all those who join us and who faithfully share these messages with other people. I want to let you know that in doing so, you're a part of putting inspiration, encouragement, and motivation out into the world. Today, as I am giving you this message, it's bittersweet, but it's also a monumental moment. I'm in an empty office. I've been in this office actually for about 12 years now. And I moved a lot. I had a lot of memories in this office with my family, with counseling, with ministering, with preparing, just day to day phone calls. There's a lot of, if these walls could talk. but, uh, but I'm not leaving here, but this office is getting a makeover, so to speak. A lot of stuff needs to be done in here that's going to be done as part of the process. And I was thinking about how moving out is part of moving on. And I think you can't move on unless you first move out. And what we're doing is we're making some changes in here, and I had to take everything that had occupied this space for a long period of time, and I had to move it out to prepare for what's coming next. Some of us want to move on, but we have not yet moved out. Somebody says, I want to move on with my life as an adult. But first, you got to move out of your mother's house sometimes or your father's house to establish that. Abraham, the Bible tells us in Hebrews chapter 1 and 11 and verse number 8, he went out and didn't even know where he was going, right? And God told him what to do. And even though there might have been doubts in his mind, he did it anyway. He had to move out before he could move on. And I'm looking at this, and I can't allow the memories that I had here to impede what the vision that I have for what's coming next. And it's an empty room, as you can see. They actually came through the wall to begin some demolition. It won't be the same color. It will never occupy. This space will never be occupied with the same things, but that's okay, right? Nothing in life remains the same but change. I'm ready to embrace what's next. I'm ready to see the vision for new ministry to be done in here, or new counseling to be done in here, new memories to be made in here. And so I had to move out. And as I moved out, I saw that there are some things I should keep, and there are other things that I should throw away. And I think it's the same thing in our spiritual walk. When we do spiritual inventory, intake, we got to clean out our God closet every once in a while, because there's some things that we stow away. And one of the things about keeping things for too long, if I haven't seen this or used this in 3 or 4 years, it's probably not even relevant to my life. And so I got a lot of things like that. They're just relics and memories that I had stashed under something that I have to throw away. And I got to move out if I want to move on. If this project is going to proceed, I had to move out. Moving out sometimes is an inconvenience. It's tiresome. You got to make different trips to where you're storing your things. You got to pack up things, but it's worth it. Had I never moved out of this empty room, then I couldn't prepare for what's coming next. It was great. The color was great. The carpet was great. The old desk was great. Even some of this furniture is 16 years old. It's time to make room for the new. I'm moving out, and I'm moving on. And I pray that we can do the same thing with our spiritual walk. It's time to move out of stuck places that are not about growth, places that are not about progress, places that are not moving forward as God was. Remember when Moses was in the wilderness and people were complaining about being in the wilderness, about the journey, and they had the Red Sea in front of them and 600 of Pharaoh's chosen chariots behind them. And Moses began crying unto the Lord, and the Lord said, why are you crying to me? Speak to these people and tell them to go forward. Tell them to go forward. First, they had to move out of Egypt to get where they were going. So I pray today that maybe you need to start packing up some things in your life in order to be able to move on, occupy a new space. You got to be able to see what's coming next. And you know what, the Lord is always better than where you've been. God bless you and have a wonderful day. And we'll see you next time right here on 4 More Minutes. Thank you.